What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Lawrence, not Larry, coming at y'all with another video today. I'm gonna jump straight into this one, man. We need to start talking to ourselves a lot nicer. Talking about ourselves a lot nicer, right? I was looking at my old videos, just looking at them, and I was editing them and looking at them, both. And I'm like, it was one of the videos where I talked about, like, I was like, dang, I'm such an idiot for working for free. And then there's also another video, I don't know if this is related or not, but it was a vlog, and it was talking about, like, I was shopping around and stuff like that, and like my eyes were just like looking at women lustfully. And it's crazy because I just talked about how to defeat lust, but yet one thing I do, I'm gonna make another video about this, but it's levels to this lust stuff. It's levels to it, right? But in the video where I was talking about how I should talk to myself, or I was calling myself an idiot, right? I'm like, man, I should really like speak to myself a lot nicer, right? God gave us this vessel in his body for a reason, and we are a part of him, right? So technically, whenever I say I am, that's what I'm saying he is, right? So if I sit up here and say I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, I can't do anything, I'm pretty much saying that he's an idiot, he can't do anything, he's stupid. And that's not how it should be, right? Now when you start speaking life into yourself, you start speaking more positive, right? It seems like you just think of yourself in a better way, right? Right? Like, you shouldn't be so harsh on yourself, right? Stop speaking like ill things, because looking back on it, looking at those videos, I'm like, man, I'm speaking a little mean to myself, right? I'm being like very harsh on myself. And I was speaking out of emotion. That's another thing we gotta control too. Control your emotions, right? Don't speak out of emotion. Think, pause, and just slow down on the speech and think about what you're talking about, you know? Right? And it goes back to what I said. Saying that I am is a reflection of God, right? So you have to speak a lot nicer to yourself. Give yourself positive affirmations. Tell yourself you're going to be successful, right? Tell yourself you're going to do this, that, and the third. And there was another thing I saw on TikTok too. It's like, whenever you say I need this, you're speaking from a place of lack, right? You're pretty much saying like, I need this. You're already saying that you don't have it. Dude, you have everything. Once you're with Christ, you have everything you can ever imagine. You just have to walk into it, right? You have to have faith. Faith plus action is how you actually get the things that you want to have, right? But if I sit up here and say, I need to get out of there, I need to get out of TSA, I need X, Y, and the third, right? It's from a place of lack. It's already written. Everything is already written for me, right? But I do have to put in the work. I do have to actually have the action to do it, right? I have to have the faith. Because what's the point of saying I want to do all these things and I believe in God, but yet I don't have any faith? Faith without action is not faith. It's not even true, right? Your words matter so much. I read the book of James, right? It's very, very short. It's only 5 chapters, but it's very powerful. And in chapter 3, it talks about the tongue. The tongue is very small, but it holds a lot of power. You can talk a person up. You can talk a person up. You can talk a person down, right? You can install life into someone with your tongue, and then you can also bring them down and make them contemplate life just with your tongue, right? One thing I've been learning is that you gotta watch what you say, right? You have to watch what you say. If it doesn't add value, don't say it. Speak things that have value, right? Uplifting someone, giving someone advice, right? A joke, like do something to make someone happy. And if you can't add any value, I would just not say anything at all. That's my advice to you. Don't say anything at all. Stay. Sometimes you gotta be active, and then sometimes you gotta be passive. Like I said, I went to therapy for the first time in like 4 years the other day, and I told him, like, if you go to a therapist, or if you think about going to a therapist, you should go, right? I told him that my mouth gets me in trouble. My mouth gets me in trouble. It gets me into trouble. It gets me out of trouble. So it works both ways, but I'm learning to pick and choose when I should speak, right? You gotta watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Please watch your mouth, because you can make relationships, you can break relationships just off the tongue, right? It doesn't always come to cheating. It doesn't always come to physical abuse, but how you make that person feel. And it all starts with your mouth. It all starts with the tongue, man. It all starts with the tongue. Also in the book of James, it talks about, I forgot the verse. It says, listen swiftly, speak slowly. And then it's something else. Oh my gosh. One thing about me, guys, I'm not going to sit up here. I feel like everyone should know my heart posture and know it's in a good place. But I do not remember scripture like that. But it was a good quote. Or it's good scripture, right? It's a good verse. Right? You want to listen more than you speak. That's one thing for sure. You got to start listening more too. It's good to say what you got to say. It's good to have a conversation, because that's how conversations work. You say something, I say something, we both bounce back and forth, blah, 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 blah. That's great. But like, especially when it comes to women, you got to listen more, man. Right? Listen. She will appreciate you more if you just opened your ears, you listened a little more. And you want to speak life into her too, right? Speak life into your women. Speak life into your friends, your family. Speak life into strangers, right? You want to speak life into everyone that you touch and that you know, right? You never know when someone's having a bad day, because all it takes is one bad thing, and now that whole person looks at you a different way. Just one bad thing. And you never know. Life is funny, right? You can talk down on someone on a random day. 2 years later, now you're looking for a job, and that guy was like the boss or the people across the street, right? Hiring manager, human resources, right? Now they're like, I remember you talk crap with me that one day. And guess what? You just talked yourself out of a job, right? You never know. Life is crazy. Life has a funny way of doing things, right? But if you were to speak life into them, you never know when you need that person, right? I kind of go back to like my friend or my ex-friend, or I don't know, we don't talk anymore. But like when he said those things on that basketball court, definitely rubbed me the wrong way, right? And of course we're not cool now, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's still like, you never know in the future where he might need me or I might need him, right? I didn't say anything ill to him. So, I mean, on his end, everything's all good. But if the roles were reversed, you know, I shouldn't be holding grudges, and I should be moving on. But at the same time, it's like, I can forgive, but I can't forget type of thing, you know? You just never know what can happen in life, man. A lot of people are going to talk down upon you. Man, it's a reflection of them. People talking down upon you is a reflection of them. If people are always talking negative, that's how they're just a negative person. They have a negative mindset. They have nothing going good for themselves, you know? It's very sad, because when you start diagnosing people, you're just like, man, you're always talking negative, or you have nothing good to say. Is everything okay? Guess what? They get that negative connotation attached to them, and you don't want to be around people like that. You don't want to be around people like that. You want to be around people that speak good things, speak great things, right? Always uplifting people. I'm telling you right now, one thing about me recently is that people that down talk me or just have nothing good to say, I just ignore them, dude. I just ignore them. And I just let them believe that fantasy. Like yesterday, right? I was talking to someone and they asked me how therapy went. And I was like, it went good. And then they asked, like, they were pretty much trying to say, like, what did you guys talk about? And I was just like, that's pretty invasive. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's pretty invasive. I don't really want to, like, talk to you about something my therapist talked about, you know? And they hung up. Well, before they hung up, they were like, I'm just trying to care about your black aid. I'm the only person trying to care about your black aid. And they hung up all mad or whatever. It's just like, okay. First of all, I told 2 other people about me going to therapy, and guess what? Neither of them asked how, like, what we talked about. So they cared, but they weren't invasive, right? I'm trying to clean up my words, because I could have also been like, dang, you all up in my business. I could have been emotional. I could have said different stuff, like, dang, why you all up in my business, dude? But I was like, man, I was like, why are you being invasive? Like, that's pretty invasive. I guess that's a little better, but it's still like, you know, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to clean up my act. But I didn't like the part that they were invasive about my personal talk with my therapist. And it's just like, wow. So that day, they weren't being pretty vigilant. The day before, I don't know if you noticed, I cut my beard off. Right? I got a goatee now. And the same person, this is the same person, by the way. The same person was just like, are you going through a midlife crisis? Are you having an identity crisis? No, dude. Why can't? And crazy, because another person, I went up to him, they saw I got the beard off. They're like, oh, you actually look good. Right? I'm not looking for a compliment, but I'm not looking for negativity either. You know? Like, why do you keep saying these backhanded compliments? Why are you saying these backhanded things to me? Why are you saying these negative things to me? And guess what? I don't indulge in it, and I just distance myself. Stay away from negative people. People that don't... My bad. This person opened the door. I was like, hold on. I stay in St. Louis, right? So, people opening the door. Hold on. But, stay away from negative people. People that talk ill. People that have nothing good to say. Stay away from them, please. Stay with the people that talk up and that keep positive light and that just want to see you do good and just have good things to say. Because it's possible, right? It's a choice. It is a choice. And some people choose to always live godly and heavenly, and some people just go on the other side, you know? Please watch your tongue. Speak good things about yourself. Speak good things about other people. And just watch how everything your mindset just changes. Everything's going to change for the better, man. I promise you. Clean it up. It takes a while. It's a long process, but it's a process that is well worth it. So, that concludes this video for today. You already know the deal, y'all. I'm gonna go into work. I'm finally getting paid now until September. But guess what? TSA is gonna get privatized. Next year is gonna get privatized. So I got until next year to get about this joint. So that's my goal. That is my goal. But until next time, guys, that'll be a different video for a different day. But I'm gonna go in here. Got the goatee going. I'm like, okay, I kind of like the goatee a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was like, oh my gosh, I look ridiculous. And then I looked in the mirror again. I'm like, this actually works for me. I actually like this. We'll see what happens. But until next time, guys.